Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Blix Rahman, and now I'm going to tell you a story about Hansel and Gretel. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with once upon a time, there lived a children named Hansel and Gretel. These children lived with a woodcutter man, which is their father and their stepmother. These children grew up to be wise beyond their years. Hansel was smart and charming, where Gretel was cautious but quick-witted. One day, her father felt anxiety about feeding their children, and he asked to his wife, "What is it to become of us, honey? How are we fit for our children when we have nothing?" "Oh, I'll tell you something. When the sun starts to rise, we ask for our children to come with us, and we leave them alone inside of the forest." "Oh, no, honey. How can I bear leave them alone inside of the forest with surrounding of wild animals?" "Oh, you're dumb fool. Maybe we all for here die because of hunger soon." But before Hansel and Gretel fell asleep, they heard what their parents talk about, and they were very scared at the moment. Early in the morning, before the sun started to rise, the mother came back to the bedroom. "Alright guys, wake up, you both. So today we're going to catch some woods, and you'll be coming up with me and your father. And I'll give you a loaf of bread for your lunch." On their way to the forest, Hansel was full of the breadcrumbs along the path, while the mother led them to the forest that they had never been before. "Alright guys, we arrived in a safe place, so I'll be set up to a fire and a tent, and when you get tired, maybe you can sleep for a while. And now it's time for me and your father to catch some wood, and we'll be coming back to catch you later." Unconsciously, they fell asleep till a dark night, and they started to wake up in the middle of the night, and they realized that the parents didn't come by to them again, and they were ready to settle out and follow all the breadcrumbs that Hansel was threw, but they couldn't find them because the birds had already picked them all up. And now, all they had to do is try to follow where the path is going through. And suddenly they found a house inside of the forest, and they both peeped out through the window that there is a lot of food there. And Hansel started to yelling at the house, "Hey, anybody here? Hello, I'm starving." Then the old woman came by to them. "Oh, you dear children, what has you brought here? Come in and stop with me. No harm shall befall you." Then they both entered into the house, and then the old woman gave them a various kind of food. The old woman behaved very kindly to them, but in reality she was a witch which caused children. Then early in the morning, the old woman turns into a witch, and they grabbed Hansel's hand with rough hands and put Hansel in a cage and locked him up. "I shall fatten you up and eat you," said the witch with a wicked laugh, and Hansel started to cry. Then Gretel came after next, and Gretel felt very scared at the moment too. Then the witch said to her, "Hey, you little girl, can you please heat the oven? When it's hot enough, I will cook your brother and eat it." Suddenly, Gretel had a come-up idea to save her brother. Just as the witch went to check if the oven is hot enough, Gretel gave her a push from behind, and locked the oven door quickly. Then the witch started to asking for help. "Help me, Gretel, how dare you!" And now Gretel started to run into Hansel, who had been locked by the old woman. And they were so glad that they fell upon each other. And as there's nothing to fear, they collect a sack of jewels inside the witch house. And then finally at the end, they both Hansel and Gretel managed to find their way to home. And they ran into their father, who had become a widow man because his wife had become poisoning. And now the three of them, Hansel, Gretel, and the father, lived in happiness with the rest of their life. So that's it for our story, and thank you for watching.